Good morning, students. In the last class, we are discussed about rain-fed agricultural land and irrigated agricultural land. It means in the last class we are discussed about the classifications of the agricultural lands. We are discussed about the two things mainly. One is the rain-fed agricultural land, and you see the irrigated agricultural land. In the last class, we are already discussed about first one. Which one? That is a rain-fed agricultural land. The agricultural land which falls under less rainfall areas is called rain-fed agricultural land. You know already in the last class. Crops which require less water. Crops which requires less water and are suitable for that soil are grown there. So rain-fed cultivations is called khushki or dryland cultivations. In the last class we have discussed about these things. But today I will start, there is new things. Second one, the irrigated agricultural land. Irrigated agricultural land. You can see, students, and the water present in the more portion, that time the lands look like a very greenish because the water is a important natural resources in the agriculture fields. So water is an important wealth for farmers. Water is an important wealth for farmers because the most crops need water. Almost all type of the crops need water. So that's why the water is an important wealth for farmer. The cultivations of a crop is impossible without water. The cultivations of a crops impossible without water. Without water, we can't imagine agriculture field. Without water, we can't imagine agriculture field because the cultivations of the crop is impossible for without water because the water is very essential natural resources for the crops. Because the reason the water is a natural resources, the water is very essential for growing of the crops. So that's why the plants as usual, all type of the crops need water. Rain is a main source of water. So rain is a more source of the waters. The mostly in the earth systems, the rain is a main source. You can see the pond, river, borewell, whatever it may be, that all are depends on rainwater. We don't know, we don't get rain all the time. And a specific season is there. In that season only rain will be fall. So that's why we don't get rain all the time. So water is stored in different sources. And utilized to cultivate the land. So water is stored in different sources and utilized to cultivate the land. Different source and utilized to cultivate the land. Observe the pictures given below. See, students, well is there, borewell is there, and also canal is there. Yes or no? See, students, apart from rain waters is supplied to the crops from the ponds, canals, wells, and the borewells. Apart from the rainwater is supplied to the crops from the ponds, canals, wells, and the borewells. So the agriculture farmers depends on the well water, canal water, and the borewells waters, and the you can see the river waters also. So apart from rainwater, okay, apart from rain, water is supplied to the crops from the ponds, canals, wells, and the borewells. The cultivating the land using the water from any of these sources is called irrigated agriculture. Irrigated agriculture. So cultivating the land using the water, cultivating the land using the water from any of these sources. Which one? Wells, borewells, ponds, canals, rivers. These sources is called irrigated agriculture. Irrigated agriculture. Understand? Okay. You can see that the irrigated agriculture, it means what? In the Kannada ನೀರಾವರಿ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್? ನೀರಾವರಿ ಪ್ರದೇಶ. ಹೊಲ ಗದ್ದೆಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬಾವಿ, ಬೋರು, ಹಳ್ಳ, ಕೊಳ್ಳ, ನದಿ, ಕೆನಾಲು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷದ ಪ್ರತಿದಿನವೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿನ ಸೌಕರ್ಯ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಮಳೆ ನೀರಿನ ಹೊರತಾಗಿ, ಮಳೆ ನೀರನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನೀರಿನ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ಆ ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಟ್? ಇರಿಗೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್. ಇರಿಗೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್, ನೀರಾವರಿ ಕೃಷಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು. So sugarcane, paddy, cottons are grown depending upon the soil quality of irrigated land. Sugarcane, paddy, cotton are grown depending upon the soil quality of the irrigated land. You also see in the Mudhol area, the most of the peoples are grow the sugarcane, because in this area the water is more portions, water is available in the more portion. So that's why, and also the soil fertility is very good in this side. So that's why the peoples are mainly grow in this type of the crops. Which one? Sugarcane. And the paddy, cottons are grown depends upon the soil quality of the irrigated land. So these crops are called irrigated crops. Irrigated crops. Okay. So water is available for agricultural land from the ponds, canals, wells, and the borewells. Water is available for agricultural land. Water is available for agriculture's land from ponds, canals, wells, and the borewells. They are called source of irrigations. Water is available for agriculture's land. Water is available for agriculture's land from ponds, canal, wells, and the borewells. They are called source of irrigations. They are called what? Source of irrigations. It's very important. So farmers who have source of water follow the same typical distinct irrigation methods to avoid the wastage of waters. The farmers who have source of the waters follow the some typical distinct irrigation methods to avoid the wastage of the waters. Nowadays the technology is very fast, so that's why the technology is applied to the agriculture field. It is a benefit for the farmers. In the irrigations there are two types mainly. One is a drip irrigation and one is a spray irrigation. It means what? Sprinkler irrigations. You look at the pictures in the screen. See students, first one is a drip irrigations. The waters flow by the drip wise, by the drop wise. So these are drip irrigations. These are the drip pipes. You also observe in your lands. Yes or no? So this is a drip irrigation. This is a drip irrigation. You can see the second one, spray or sprinklers irrigations. It means what? Sprinkler irrigations. See, this is a spray system. Sprinkler irrigations. Yes or no? Nowadays also farmers take the benefit of these things. Water is not waste in that time. Water is not waste in that time. Which time? Drip irrigation time or spray irrigation time. Okay. Look at the pictures. Try to understand the drip irrigation and spray irrigation. Drip irrigation means what? The waters flow through that drip pipe. The waters flow through that drip pipe. Okay, that time the waters falls on the earth, or water the supplies to the direct to the crop roots. Crop roots. The water is supplied to the directly crop roots. In the waters, so many times the farmers mix some manures also. Some manures also. Yes, sir. So this type will be the farmers using the drip irrigations also, and also it control the wastage of the water also. The drip irrigations control the wastage of the water also. You can see the second one, spray or sprinklers irrigations. The waters are irrigate a sprinkler type, spray type. You can see in this side the waters irrigation by drop wise. So that is a drop irrigation. Okay, you can see in this side the waters irrigate spray type. It means a sprinkler type. Okay, so this type will be the farmers using the drip irrigations as usual, spray irrigations. It means for sprinkler irrigations. You can see the students the diagram of drip irrigations. See the water, you can see in this pipe the small holes are present in that pipes. By through that holes the waters are flow directly to the roots of the crop. Roots of the crop. In that time water is not waste. Water is not waste. Okay, so this type will be the waters are irrigation to the direct to the roots, crops of the roots. Okay, and the water is supplied direct to the roots. You can see then this side the water irrigate has a spray type. As a spray type. In the time the waters spray or spread in the all portions of the land. All portions of the land by spray oil. Okay. See students, in the drip irrigations the water is supplied to the roots. In the drip irrigation water is supplied to the roots of the crops drop by drop. I already told. In the drip irrigations water is supplied to the roots of the crops drop by drop. Drop by drop. By through the small holes. Okay, and in the spray irrigation the water is sprayed over the crops uniformly as in rainfall. Look like a rainfall. The water is spread over the crops uniformly as in the rainfall. As in the rainfall. You can see in the spray irrigations the water is supplied over the crops uniformly as in the rainfall. Okay, so this type will be, you can see the spray irrigation and the drip irrigations. In a certain agricultural land, soils has a deficient nutrients, so it is a less fertile. It is called barren land. See one more time. In a certain agricultural lands, soil has deficient nutrients. So it is less fertile. It is called barren land. In the barren land, the nutrients are deficient. It means they were present in very less portions. It means very low portions. See, the soil has a deficient nutrients, so it is a less fertile also. The soil is less fertile, so it is called barren land. So it is not easy to grow crops. Here, but recently the plants such as jotrapa and pangmia, which yield biofuel are being grown in the barren land. So nowadays, but recently the plants such as jotrapa and pangmia, which yield biofuels, are being grown in the barren land. Okay. See students, this is about your today discussions, especially in the two systems are there, in the irrigations and the drip irrigations and the spray irrigations or sprinkler irrigation in your syllabus. Drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation, you know already understand about the what you mean by drip irrigation, what you mean by sprinkler irrigations. So first of all, irrigation, it means what? ಹೊಲದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರನ್ನು ಹಾಯಿಸುವುದು. So these are different ways are there in the irrigations. Drip irrigations, the water to supply the crops directly to the roots by through the drip pipes, that is a drip irrigation. The water supply to the crops like a sprayer type, that is a sprinkler irrigations. We already discussed about these two things, and also we have discussed about the source of irrigations, and also irrigated agricultural land and irrigated crops, and also today we are discussed about the irrigated agricultural lands. Yes or no? Okay, so this is about your today classes. I will continue in next class. Thank you.